Grab the nails. Grab your lasting board. Is this your size? All right, we got a lot more work to do. Let's get everyone else finished. Pull it off. Hold it up. Hold it up.
What's going on, man? Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so this is it.
Yeah, this is the main studio where we do everything from design development, meetings, clients, and make all the shoes.
Dominic is one of the most well-known creators in today's custom sneaker world. With a handful of tools, machinery, and unique materials, he breaks down a shoe to its core, putting new life into his custom creations. He's turned his shoemaking hobby into a full-time career, crafting shoes for a range of clientele. He's opened up a school to teach new students how to construct their own custom pairs. Hey, talk about these ones actually you have on, man.
This is a collaboration with eBay. They wanted to do something for the event, and I had this idea that I've wanted to do, and I was able to make it come to life, and it really created a lot of noise, too.
Oh, man.
Field boot made out of the actual IKEA bag with suede.
You did a lot of stuff with them, you know?
Shoemaking really begins with the last. They say last comes first.
Okay.
So what this is based off of a few things. Your foot, the shape that they want the shoe, and the outsole.
Okay.
The way I really like to create is I like to just put material up there that I never really had a plan for. I just liked it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, something comes to mind. I'm able to like piece things together, grab it, and then, you know, start making something.
My man.
So then, you know, you cut your pieces,
Yep.
Then you skive them.
So when you say skive them, what is that?
Skiving is when you make an edge flush. So you'll see the edge is more flush, because that'll be a top edge, and you'll put the next layer on top of it.
Got you.
Then you start gluing pieces together.
Okay.
And sewing them.
Right.
Once you finish piecing it together, the liner's gonna get sewn on.
Okay.
And then we're gonna sew the back to the toe.
Boom.
And it'll attach it as, you know, it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
After it gets put together like this, then it gets pulled over the form, and then it gets starting to take shape. After the sole goes on,
Okay.
we gotta take the form out.
Boom.
When the shoe surgeon started, I was 18, 19 years old. I lived in Charlotte. My brother was visiting and a friend of mine, and we drove to New York City. First time ever in New York City, I ran into Pharrell Williams. He was just the person that inspired me the most from fashion and music. And I was just so inspired, and during that trip, it's like, man, I really need to come up with a name, like, you know, the alias or like what the brand is, whatever it is. And we came up with Shoe Surgeons with a money sign and a Z.
All right.
I had the opportunity to make shoes for Justin Bieber. He was on tour, and you know, they asked for, I think, 20 pairs in a week. And I was so young, I was, you know, working by myself. I thought it was possible. So I ended up going crazy. I ended up in a mental hospital. You know, it took a while just to feel a little bit better, and then I was, you know, self-medicating with, you know, drugs and alcohol. And then I ended up in the mental hospital again. But it was like figuring out how to overcome myself and move past this diagnosis of bipolar, which to me now doesn't even exist. Just live a healthier life and make better decisions, and I think everything will be okay.
Dom's work has been at times a struggle, but the through line is it's his passion. He uses that same energy to inspire and teach new students his craft.
What is, one of the things that you really stress to them, in your class?
For the schools, it's really to focus on inspiring others, but also giving them the proper tools to do something the right way. To focus on the quality, focus on the process.
Are you an easy person to work for?
I'm the wrong person to ask. Yeah, just practice, practice. How they look, how's it, let me see. Good colors, man.
We're here in the class, people are making Air Max 1s. It's a 4-day class, and they get to make a shoe from start to finish. A lot of these people are coming in, they don't even have any prior knowledge of sewing, knowing how to use machines, so it's pretty incredible that these people come in here from overseas. What's the appeal in doing something like this for you?
Well, I think to me, mostly it's really satisfying to have something that you were a part of making.
Yeah.
It's not as much like it needs to stand out, I like that, but it's more like that the thing is of me.
Is this your first class?
First time I tried to sew a shoe. So I bought the machine for 3 weeks ago.
You did?
The sneakers Dom makes is fantastic.
All right, guys, you want to gather around? I wanted to show everyone my first pair of shoes that I made from scratch. I'm missing some backing in the toe. The pattern was completely off. So I brought these up here for everyone, and then I want to get some guys to, who got finished already to pull them off the last. What do you call these?
LA Dream.
LA Dream. All right. There it is.
All right, Dom, so, I just saw 2 people who finished their shoe. You take it off the mold and everybody kind of gives them some love, and that's kind of the culmination of this whole thing, huh?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is coming together and, giving an experience and really creating something that's will last a lifetime, from the experience to having your own shoe and, wherever they end up taking it.